Right, so this meeting is verifying our roles in the Major Music Project gig. Right. So
what rules do we actually need to happen?
So we need venues, we need bands booked, the set list. We need the publicity side, don't we?
Yeah, so like advertising and stuff.
Yeah. We need ticket sales, which is probably
tickets to be made as well.
Yeah.
So someone's got to design them.
And we need prices. We need all the money side to everything.
For the advertisement and stuff as well, it hasn't just got to be posted around. It's got to be made, so it's got to be designed and stuff.
So that's an individual job.
I mean, that comes in one area. I think the whole publicity thing, maybe even ticket design, you want that, because it's still part of that sort of
I think
depending on how many roles we have, because everyone's got to have an equal share.
I think there's tickets and posters, and I think there's telling everyone you know, and do you know what I mean, really bigging up the hype.
Yeah, but I think that could all come under one thing then.
I think maybe promoter and publicity.
It's the problem we're having with me and Smart, is we're doing
That's the same thing though, man.
I think promoter, you can split it up. Promoters, normally obviously they do both.
Well, I mean, I think they should come under the same thing, but we can see how many other roles we've got. Then
Yeah, alright.
We need
The problem is, for a gig like this, normally you just have a promoter who'll do everything.
Yeah.
So
Have you actually decided on a venue?
we're going to do the Kenton, yeah.
Well, me and Charlie came up with, we want to do the Kenton. That's our idea.
So have you contacted the Kenton and found out what publicity machine they have in place?
We were talking with...
And ticket designs, are they actually going to turn around and say, well, we're not interested in...
But that's not our job. If our job isn't publicity, it's not our job, is it?
But if they're going to say we'll do all the publicity, that takes jobs away from us. I think we should ask if we can do some of these things ourselves, because otherwise it's really limited.
Yeah.
I wasn't suggesting that you didn't do the publicity, because you can always complement the publicity that they do. So you need to find out from them how they publicise an event, in terms of, is it in the paper, and is there leaflets going out, is there a local mag that comes out to local residents, so that you don't publicise the venue on top of their publicity.
Yeah.
In other words, you focus your publicity on areas that they don't, to expand your publicity.
Well, we haven't organised it with them yet, so we haven't spoken about that sort of thing, but that will...
So you will need to get a decision from them about that
no.
before you define a
We need to start talking to Kenton if we're going to start doing this.
Well, we've been told, because David was in contact with them for booking an event for them anyway, for the big band or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said
The price is
they've given us a estimated price sort of thing, and that we can book it around the time we want. All we need to do is get a solid date and go down and speak to them.
And we said the price is about 550 a night.
College will help subsidise the
deposit.
deposit.
And we're going to have to work out a way of paying them back. So either we get all the tickets sold and all the beverages and all that sold, can go straight to Kenton, or we can literally
Get college to pay deposit, then we pay college back and pay the Kenton for
and
that.
keep all the tickets, and say we make more tickets, we get profit. So
Which is
Well,
two different ways of doing it,
Well, anyway, we can talk about that later, but I think we should start the roles before we can do that. So someone's on that set list.
no. Yeah, so I reckon we need to choose bands, we need to choose artists.
Yeah, and that can be one person's role.
And a big thing about the whole gig night is sort of the style of the thing. I don't want a style where it's college gig. I don't want that at all. I want a complete live gig where we'll publicise it across the tutors and we'll probably big it up that. So they're not, so new bands in college aren't thinking, I'm only getting this gig because it's college. They're getting their gig because they're getting out there and they're gigging and they've got a real gig. Do you know what I mean? If they're a band, they haven't done a gig yet, and say they're playing some college gig, it's not the same as going out and playing a gig.
No one likes
So I reckon we should big it up to be a proper individual, independent gig.
Yeah.
Because it'll it'd be a
No,
better
it's got nothing to do with the college.
Yeah, no.
Well, are we going to sort of ruin your street cred or something?
No,
It's not that.
People don't want to go to if you hear
Yeah.
about if it was just some battle of bands or something, you're college bands fighting for you don't want to go to that. You think
exactly.
college bands, you think, that's a load of crap.
Yeah,
No one wants to hear
it's a
that.
fair point, that's a fair point, yeah, by all means, you know.
We're not going to completely take it out, though. We'll do some.
It's nothing to do with God.
Yeah.
No, that's okay, because, you know, if that's what you're doing is you're considering your audience, aren't you?
Yeah.
And the appeal of the gig to the audience, which is that's a good thing. And if that means making sure Henley there's nothing about Henley College, then so be it.
We'll put like help from Henders on that. You know,
Yeah.
in the
Sponsored by.
pub. Yeah.
Sponsored by Henley College.
Yeah.
Well, it is, it's part of
Yeah.
your revenue, isn't it? When you think about the budget, the deposit that you pay is going to be coming from the college.
Yeah.
So we're effectively being a sponsor in a way,
Yeah.
although we're asking for the money back.
Yeah.
So in return we want as many Henley College posters up in the county as possible.
Well, yeah. I mean, these posters that are coming up from the LO1 we need to do, we can really make that like a Henley, like you know, template, right?
For the thing that we're doing at like some open evening or something, you said.
Yeah. No.
So are we any further forward with the roles then?
I say we sort them out now.
Do you want to have a project manager who is...
I don't think so. I think they're going to take all the credit. So I think we should split out.
Yeah, it would be difficult to do without them taking just like.
Well, you need to bear in mind that a project manager is someone who's going to, you know, help coordinate things, but the event can't happen unless that, you know, a person goes out and finds the bands and organises that.
Yeah, that
wouldn't be the project manager.
Exactly
No,
that.
when we say like that,
But the project manager, you need to look at the roles and say, would the event not happen if the project manager didn't do the job?
Well, that's basically saying that without them, the whole thing's dead.
Yes.
That's saying that without them, no one's going to pass. Like, so it's like saying that the leader's going to get distinction, whereas all the followers are going to get merits. I just think it's unfair. I think we should all try and strive for distinctions.
Absolutely, and that's the point I'm making, that within the roles, you need to be looking at the roles that you take on in this project, and the roles have to be a significant role that,
Without
without that person doing their job,
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
really jeopardise the event overall.
Yeah, it's just getting 6 big roles that actually, if you don't do the whole thing, would mess
that.
up.
Well, we've got a good 4. We've got a good 4 at the moment.
Obviously, yeah.
Well, that's why I'm saying I'm open to the possibility of someone being a project manager, and that they've not got a specific role, but they are keeping an eye on everything, and kind of, you know, instructing people or being on people's, you know, back as to say, have you
just to
done
make
this, have
sure
you done that?
But you get the example.
Well, a lot of responsibility, but
Yeah.
it would be the top job in a.
I don't think even necessarily that it would have to overshadow any of the other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm kind of for it because you could be the project manager but not do any of the actual like.
See, that's where
It's just making sure people do stuff
Yeah.
in time, because there will be people in the class who aren't going to do what we tell them to do unless you have
Yeah, of
someone on
course,
their back.
but then the exam board will see this project manager and see that they haven't taken on a specific role, but I do believe you need someone to push everyone, obviously, but the exam board will see it and they'll see that this project manager hasn't had the venue job. It's just been pushing people to get the venue job, like, it's not a specific role.
So why do you think that within industry they have such a person as a project manager?
I know, but I'm not talking about the industry, I'm talking about the exam board.
Well, this is like industry, isn't it? The whole point of the project is to put an event on,
Yeah,
and you are in charge of organising that entire thing.
yeah.
Do you feel it would be appropriate that you have a project manager for that project? Just like you would have in any other industry. You know, if you were having, you know, a big wedding or, you know, a function or something.
How would we document, say I was the project manager, how would I document me telling
Yeah, no, that's
someone
so
to sort the venue out? It's going to be so...
because it'd just be
touchy,
videos
isn't
of
it?
like
Yeah.
people shouting at each other.
Yeah.
Just getting annoyed that no one's doing it.
But whereas
That's
you
what
put in
it
the
will be.
venue, you
Because
could...
people aren't
you know,
going
you
to
can
do
write
it.
about
Well, there's no need to shout at each other, okay? We don't need
I
No,
just get
but,
stressed out.
but you can't like document a Facebook chat, like, it's
Yeah,
like...
seriously, like what
You can document things, you can write things. If you have a meeting, you can record that meeting. you can minute that.
But say over Facebook, I'm like, Samara, have you done this? Zach, have you done this?
Well, then you can document that. You put the date and the time down. You say that you had a conversation with your advertisement person, consultant, whatever, in order to check up on progress and what was the feedback.
Yeah.
You know, if you then, you know, if you send a message to a member of your team and you have no feedback from them, then you can document that to say,
Yeah.
well, I did send a message to you, you know, 3-4 days ago, and I've heard nothing back from you. I've seen you several times in college.
Yeah.
You've still not got back to me. Then you chase that up.
All right, man. Should we have a
I
group?
think that would be that's quite an important
Yeah.
job within
To get
within a
things done.
project, isn't it?
What's the manager?
Should we have a group decided, do you reckon?
Yeah.
And that project manager could be the one that chairs the significant meetings.
Hmm.
If you're going to have however many meetings you decide to have between now and then, the project manager could be the one that chairs that meeting and therefore decides overall what the agenda is and how much time you dedicate to talking to something before you move on to the next project. Because remember, within the meeting time, the agenda that you have, you've got to try and get through the agenda within the scheduled meeting time.
Yeah.
And come to serious conclusions that allows you to make progress. And therefore, for the interim meeting, you can then check up on that progress ready for the next major meeting that you have, so that you can show that real progress has been made, and we are on course, and we are going to achieve this target date at the end. Things are always moving
So yeah,
forward.
so the project manager doesn't have a specific role, but the whole role of getting everything done and getting all the communication is a role in itself.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
All right, sweet. I agree, man.
Right, so far we've got the manager, we've got someone in charge of publicity and advertising sort of stuff.
Could I please do the technology side?
Yeah, we've done the sound set guy.
Okay,
We've got the sound set guy, we've got someone to contact the venue, I think.
Yeah.
Someone to keep in contact with the venue, make sure everything's up to date, make sure we all know what's going on.
Yeah.
Venue coordinator.
What's good? Oh, I could come on the manager.
Because then the sound.
I think there should be different.
We need someone stagehand as well.
We can merge some roles if we get too many, but at the moment we haven't got enough.
Yeah.
So it's make as many roles as we can.
And we've also got someone to look after band